With that scene from the 1985 World Series, Kansas City versus St. Louis, we all walked around with a backache for about 2 weeks in sympathy with George Brett, my guest for this program, George and his brothers. Let me tell you a little bit about George. Going into the night, a little bit means about 5 minutes with you, George.
You can condense
This is ridiculous. I
Go
never
ahead
saw
and
anybody with a biography like this.
I didn't give it to you, though. I didn't give you that.
But your press agent did.
Well, pick out the good parts.
The good parts. Going into the 1985 season, George owned a .316 lifetime batting average in 11 years spanning 1,300 games, including Little League. You told me you batted the same thing in Little League?
316 in Little League, yeah.
In Little League, okay.
That was only 4 years in Little League, though.
Oh, okay. In 1980, he was named Man of the Year, Major League Most Valuable Player, American League Player of the Year, and MVP, Most Valuable Player. Named to the American League and All-Star Team 9 times. This is getting boring, George. Tied the following records for players in championship series. Most triples in a series, most home runs in a game, most series with 2 or more home runs. Can we quit?
Yeah, that's fine.
Is
that's
this
fine, yeah. Wake up, wake up.
The guy sleeping to his right over here is his brother John Brett, excuse me. John is a general contractor in the LA area. He played minor league ball, and I don't know if this is an honor or not, but you're the largest of the brothers.
And toughest.
Toughest, huh?
And the meanest.
And the most divorced?
Well,
Hey,
yeah.
come on.
I didn't say that. He's 1 for 2 right now.
Yeah, I'm batting 500.
I see, okay. We'll just move right along to Ken Brett, who is the spokesperson for Light Bill from Miller, and he's also the color commentator for the Seattle Mariners. And he pitched for the Red Sox in the World Series, which is not too shabby, joined the Kansas City Royals, and he helped them to an American League championship against the New York Yankees and the World Series against Philadelphia Phillies. Now we move on. Last but
I want equal time now.
Okay.
Last and least.
Bobby Brett, who is a real estate broker and manages the restaurant that I found out all the boys own, C.J. Brett's.
You manage that too?
In Hermosa Beach. He's a professional agent for George and Ken, and he also played minor league ball. Now, can we quit?
Yeah.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
We all played professional baseball.
I got that. I think I got that.
Did you?
I got that, yeah. I'm set. We'll be right back, and we'll talk to the Brett brothers.
Geez, you manage the restaurant now.
Well, I don't manage it.
You may wonder who these clowns are over here that I have as a guest. Yeah, we're on the air. That I have as guests on my show. They are the Brett brothers. And we just introduced them. We'll dispense with that. Did you know what the heck you were doing when you slid into that dugout?
Well, I've done that play before. I've never ended up in the dugout like that. And believe me, the next time I try that play, I'm going to make sure I don't go in there. It scared me half to death. But in the World Series, you got to take a little gamble. You got to play a little bit harder than normal. And at that time, I think it was the 5th game of the World Series. It was a very, very important game to us. If we lose, we go home. So I was just trying to get off the field and as fast as possible and come out a winner, and we did. Nothing really happened. I just got poked in the eye, and Lee May made a great catch because he caught me as I slid into the dugout.
Which was kind of put him at peril, because if you had spiked him, he would have been in big trouble.
Not with my spikes. I don't use those metal spikes. I use the plastic spikes, so nothing would have happened, I don't think.
I must say, you've been told this before, but as a longtime baseball fan, that play was a real thrill. I mean, to see somebody who loves the game, let's leave the money and the championship out, because we didn't see all the other guys committing hara-kiri like that. I mean, that was a treat for us fans, and you're one heck of a ball player.
Well, thank you. It was the first time that I had been on a World Championship team, and it's funny, a lot of things happen in that World Series, but everywhere I go, that's what people want to talk about. They want to talk about, why did you slide in the dugout, and what happened to you, and things like that. And believe me, I didn't think it was that bad when I first did it. I just thought I might have just slid in. But when I saw it on the replay 2 days later, that's when I started grabbing my back and said, I got to be hurt, but I came out of it all right.
Well, the announcer said the next day that you weren't hurt, and I figured they were lying because there was no way that you didn't have bruises, you weren't aching, but carrying on in the grand tradition.
Well, you might have an ache or pain here, but that's, you learn to live with that playing 162 games through the regular season, and when you get a chance to play in a World Series, you're not going to go to the coach or the manager and say, I don't think I can play today, my back's a little bit sore. I went to the park the next day and got a little treatment on my back and felt good enough to play and went out and had another good game.
Now, you're in top condition right now, aren't you?
No, not right now. I was about 2 weeks ago, and I've been on the road for 2 weeks.
Oh, well.
And I find out when you go on the road, you can't really work out that much as you do when you're home. I have been here, flew in yesterday, and I've been at this restaurant 3 times already, and it's not the most healthy food to eat. So when I get back to California after the weekend, that's when I'll start my program again.
So what does your program consist of?
Well, I just do a little jogging and play a little tennis, play a little golf, do a little swimming, do a little weight work, and try to have fun. I think those are the 3 or 4 most important ingredients there are to my workout program.
What about your diet? Do you try and include specific things, or?
I try to stay away from red meat and alcohol as much as possible. I haven't been doing a very good job. I haven't been doing a very good job here in Spokane. I haven't been doing a very good job at all in Spokane.
Alan, he's on a seafood diet. Eat everything he sees.
Gee, it's wonderful to have brothers that'll really pull you up short if you happen to be.
I'm just trying to keep up with my big brother here.
And they're giving you a hard time.
What's new?
Yeah, it's the damnedest thing. My brother Ken calls me up this morning and says, "Hey, I'm in wear your blue sport coat. I'm wearing my gray slacks." And he says, "No, my black slacks." And I said, "Okay." And he says, calls me back 2 minutes later and says, "No, I can't get in my black slacks. I missed to wear my suit." So we all have a weight problem, I think, because we all do a little bit of traveling, and it's tough to work out when you travel.
And it's rotten on the road because you eat at the wrong times.
Right, right. When I'm back in California, I'm pretty regimented on what I do. I have the whole day usually planned out, and lean cuisines have become a favorite meal of mine, a little salad, homemade salad, or I'll go out to a fish restaurant and have some fish.
Do you do much cooking?
Very seldom.
You're-
Lean cuisine's about as far as I go.
Gee, and you're not even getting paid by them, are you?
No.
Get on that, Bobby, right away.
Excuse me, I'll be back in a minute.
Anybody else at home, or was anybody else at home, or just the 4 of you boys? Your mother must have gone crazy with the 4 boys, but anybody else in the family?
No. We had a couple dogs. We had, I think we had one dog killer. Did we have a dog killer? We had one
Louis?
Soxy, I know
Cindy?
that. Cindy.
Cindy.
Yeah, we had a dog named Cindy and a dog named Soxy. They both didn't live with us at that time. But there was just the 4 boys, and I was the last one to graduate, so I went from having the smallest bedroom, sharing it with Bobby, and then when John left home to go play baseball, then Cameron had his room, and Bobby moved upstairs with him, and then I had the downstairs room. And then when everybody was gone, then I finally got to move up to the bedroom that had the escape window and stuff like that, where you could sneak out at night and all
good
those
stuff.
things. Yeah, all the fun things started happening then.
The sheet ladder coming down from the 2nd floor
Right.
and all
Oh,
that
yeah.
kind of stuff. Yeah. Did Dad and Mom stress baseball, or was it everybody in the neighborhood? How did you all become a baseball family?
Well, I think it was the town stressed baseball. They really, it was the town, El Segundo, California, is really known for its baseball. And my 3 older brothers were all excellent players in high school and Babe Ruth and Little League and things like that. And me being the youngest, I was expected to be as good, if not better. And when I graduated from high school, I don't think I was as good as any of them. But the Kansas City Royals took a chance with me, thinking that maybe, we like the way he plays and maybe we can teach him a few things. And things have worked out pretty good.
So you really credit your training with them as bringing you along.
Well, I think if I have to give anybody credit, I'd have to give more
Well,
credit
thanks,
to
George.
him.
I appreciate it. You
To
shouldn't
my
do it
brother
like
John,
that.
because he was the one that would always get after me to practice and things like that. I never went in the garage and hit off a batting tee with my brother Ken. I never went in the garage and hit off a batting tee with my brother Bobby, but my brother John and I
See
used
how
to go down there.
rotten you 2 were?
Cameron never had to.
He was always too good. But John and I would go down there. We would play games with one another, and he would always make sure that I would practice and do the things necessary to become a decent player in high school and maybe carry on to college or professional level.
Is it that much fun to be a ball player? I don't mean being a superstar now like you are, but I mean those years coming up. Is it really that glamorous and fun?
You mean after high school in the minor leagues
Yeah,
and things like that? It was fun because you get away from, it was fun for me because I got away from my family. Not you guys, because you guys are all gone, obviously, but, you know, you get out on your own. And I was 18 years old. The day I graduated from high school, I left home. Right after the ceremony, I went to the airport and flew to Billings, Montana, and I met 22 guys that I had never met before. And I started playing baseball with them, and it was a good learning experience for me. Makes you mature, I think, in an earlier age. And from there, I got to go to San Jose and Florida and Omaha, Nebraska. And after 2.5 years in the minor leagues, made it to the major leagues. And now it seems like about once a week, I got to pinch myself every morning to see if this is a reality, because I never really thought I would make it in the major leagues. And I just completed my 12th year.
When you're in a World Series like that, and as you go in as an underdog, which I think most people said that the Cardinals were picked to win, what makes the team pull together and say, and do it? What made you win over the Cardinals this year?
Well, I think going into the World Series, we weren't picked to win the Western Division, I think, in the American League. Everybody says it's the weakest division in baseball. We ended up making a tremendous comeback, beating the California Angels in the last week of the season to win the Western Division. Then we had to go play the Toronto Blue Jays, and people said they had the best team in baseball. And we lose the first 2 games, and then win the 3rd game, lose the 4th. So we have to win the next 3 games just to go to the World Series. That's when Dick Hauser came in and he gave us the little pep talk, you know, it's not over till it's over, and just go out, take it inning by inning, pitch by pitch, out by out, and whoever wins this game, you know, if we win, we get to play again. Well, we ended up winning the next 3 games. Well, that's a tough way to do it. So what we decided to do as a team is try to see if we could do it again. See if we were really that good. But after the first game of the World Series, we lost 3-1. There wasn't a guy in our locker room that thought we couldn't beat them. We really felt we were as good, if not better, than the St. Louis Cardinals. And I think that's why we came back again. We had done it once before to the Toronto Blue Jays. And again, we were facing the same situation. It's down 3-1. And we had Danny Jackson was pitching again for us, and then Charlie Leibrandt pitched Game 6, and Brett Saberhagen, who was the most valuable player of the World Series and Cy Young Award winner, pitched the final game. But we really felt we could win, and we just didn't give up. And hopefully the team will not become complacent next year, which a lot of championship teams do. They take things for granted. Hopefully our team will not do that. And we can share that experience again, but maybe next year try it a little easier, not coming back from 3-1 behind, maybe winning the World Series in 4 or 5 or 6 games. I think would be a lot more fun than going to that 7th game. That's a tough way to earn a living.
We'll be back in a moment, and I will ask George if he got any sleep before that 7th game. We'll be right back. And then we'll move on. My guests are the Brett brothers, George Brett and his crazy brothers. They're going out on the road as a Marx Brothers team as soon as the season's I promised everybody I'd ask if you got any sleep the night before the 7th game.
Well, to be 100% honest with you, John and I went out after the 6th game, and we got home probably around 2 o'clock in the morning, and the 7th game was a night game. All the World Series games were night this year. And I went right to bed because I was going to the Ram game. The Rams were playing the Chiefs that day at Arrowhead Stadium, which is right across the street from our stadium. So we had to be at the stadium by 1 o'clock and go up to John Makovic, who's the head coach's suite for the Chiefs. And I was tossing and turning, and I looked at the clock, and it was like 6:30 in the morning. So I'd been laying in bed for 4.5 hours.
Doing nothing.
And hadn't gone to sleep
Right.
yet. I woke up at 11:30 or 12, and I was tired and sat watched the football game, and I walked over the stadium, and I was tired, but all of a sudden batting practice started, and all of a sudden my eyes started to open up farther and farther, and the adrenaline started flowing, and felt fine.
Thank God for adrenaline.
Really.
Now you 4 guys look like you're too rambunctious to stay quiet for long. You must be into a nifty enterprise these days. I know you want to tell us what it is.
What enterprise is that?
I knew I was going to have trouble with you. I knew that.
Is that why
This
George is
Enterprise
holding the
right here?
hat in his
That, it
hands?
must be
This
that. It
Enterprise?
must be that. Yes, I think that's it.
Well, I really...
You don't know much about it.
Why don't
No, I
take
do
over?
know much about it because we talked about it for a while, but my brother at the far end of this forum is the one that did all the work to obtain the ball clubs, so maybe he should
Pass
be
the
the
hat
one
to
to...
him.
We'll pass the hat down
Pass
the
the hat.
line.
Well, I
Pass the
forgot
hat.
the buddy donate.
Yeah.
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 Now we're the proud owners of the Spokane Indians, which is Spokane's Class A baseball team right here in Spokane. And we took over ownership officially about in October, and our sales efforts are beginning right now to go out there and promote Indian baseball, and hopefully we can be successful and bring AAA baseball back to the city of Spokane, which that's all we hear about when we go to the restaurants and we talk to the people in the community.
Then that's your job to do that.
He's going to be
And
in
a
every...
new manager. We have brought in a new manager, new uniforms, trying to start all over, I guess.
Now, this team used to be a AAA team, was it not?
That's correct. From 1958 till I believe 82 or 58 to 72, it was with the Dodgers in AAA. And then the Angels were here for a while, then Seattle was here in a while, and around 81, 82, the AAA franchise picked up and moved to Las Vegas. And since that time, the last 3 years, it's been Class A in the Northwest League. And I think the people are ready to make a real push to get AAA back here, and that's one of the goals that we have as owners, that at this level of baseball, we're looking to move the baseball ladder. And we believe that if we can get some support from the community and we can go out and do a good job, that goal is obtainable in the very near future.
We'll be right back, and we'll talk more about the Brett Brothers' new... That's hard to say, Brett Brothers.
Brett Brothers.
Brett Brothers' new baseball team. Our guests are the Brett Brothers, and why don't you go show off this terrific uniform and hat?
Well, first we should give some credit to our designer of the uniforms, and he happens to be sitting at the other end of the
Ole Cassini George?
Sergio.
we got together here and down at the winter meetings in San Diego, and we designed these new uniforms. And what we tried to do is bring back the old Spokane Indian colors, which were red, white, and blue. And this is what we came up with, and it's kind of a combination of, I guess you could say, the Royal uniform and the Dodger uniform. And some of the design things, we went to the master down here at the end, and we're real happy with what we came up with here. I think it's a real nice uniform, real good quality uniform. In fact, it's the same quality that the big league teams wear. And on our hat, where's that hat down there?
He's hiding it.
That hat. What we tried to do with the hat is we wanted to come up with something that was unique. And rather than just have an S for Spokane or an I for Indians, we decided to come up with something, and this is kind of a takeoff on, we have some old style lettering here, and we have an S with a little I in the middle of it. So when this hat is being worn around the community, that everybody's going to know that this is the Spokane Indians. If it was an S, it could be, anything. So we're real happy with this, and this is a wool hat, and we'll sell this in the souvenir stand at the ballpark, along with a less expensive hat. So we're really looking to market our logo and the Spokane Indians and not promote anybody else in town here. So I'm real happy with this, Ellen.
It's very nice
You
looking.
should try it on, Ellen.
All
Maybe
right.
I'll put it on you.
If I'd have known, you guys should have told me I'd have worn a blue outfit instead of a
I
red.
think your cardinal red looks very nice.
Oh, you guys have already teased
Your
me, but
Tri-Cities red looks elegant.
now I told you that I rooted for Kansas City
you did.
during the series and became a fan. And your play really, as a matter of fact, I'm sort of a gone-away baseball fan. I used to love baseball when I was a kid, and then you grow up and you get married and you got a lot of other things to do. I kept talking about that play for about 2 weeks, and finally my daughter said, "Shut up already." All right. So he slid in and he hurt his back. Enough's enough.
Ellen, you're talking about enough, and you don't realize he didn't even catch the ball. I can
That's
see
right.
making a big deal if he catch the darn thing. He didn't catch it.
That's true. You're really a bum, aren't you,
Yeah.
George?
I should have had it too. It hit me right in the glove.
That would have been maddening if you had gotten injured and then didn't have it.
Really. All that for nothing.
Wow.
Would've been all that for
Wow.
nothing.
How does this look?
I think it looks good.
Excellent, excellent.
JB, what do you think?
$10.
Yeah.
You think I can try out for the team?
Yeah.
I mean,
We'd love to have you out there.
Well,
You
we'll
can be,
be.
you can be a bad girl one night.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Wait a minute. How short do I have to? How short is the skirt, or is it pants?
Pants.
Oh, non-sexist uniform, hey?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Terrific. I have to ask you this question because I got to tell the truth. I mean, you all are good-looking guys. Which one of you guys are married?
The two in the middle. The two in the middle are sandwiched by the two single guys. And if you would have saw my brother last night, you would have really realized he was single too.
Which brother?
The one at the end.
Oh, the one down there.
Commissioner.
No.
See, he's going to be here more than any of us, probably.
No.
I'm not going to be here probably at all during the summer because I'm playing in Kansas City then.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother John has an honest job building houses. Ken has an honest job with the Seattle Mariners and a couple other things that he does. Well, Bobby, well, you know, what does he do? He's a real estate broker. So he's going to have a lot of free time on his hand.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be up here, and he's just trying to make as many acquaintances as possible.
Oh, I see.
So when he first comes up here for opening day, or the next time he comes up as opening day, you know, we're going to have maybe 20 or 30 of our friends flying up from L.A. and show off the ballpark and
Want
the
some equal
team
time,
and,
Ellen.
and the city of Spokane. He wants to, you know, hey, Susie, hey, Betty, hey, you know.
You want to give us
He wants to big league everybody next time he comes up here.
You want to give us a phone number as we close out the show, Bobby?
No, Ellen, last night what we were doing is I was entertaining a young lady who was going to be working at our reception after the banquet tonight.
Oh.
And it was strictly business. I want to let
Strictly
George
business.
know that.
Oh, I
Did you hear
wasn't
that,
aware
John?
of that, yeah.
I see. Thank you all for joining me,
Well, thank you.
and good luck to you in your season. Whoops,
What do we have here?
throw.
There's that.
Intercepted. Intercepted. I must play for the Bears.
Thank you for joining us. Good night. Shall I hold this up too?